probably fix that. Pop. Pop. I'm sure you could like queue it up. I think you can actually. There's like a way to queue up a scene. Is there a way to do that? Or you have like a scene preview? Is that a true statement? Hi, it's me, Scott. Let's run this thing over here. I lost the thing. This thing? Yeah. And let's, that's maybe a little too dark. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm just gonna deal with some technical difficulties of my own creation. We'll go with that. Hi, hello, how are you? Monday morning. 10:10. So, you know, I thought there was a thing where you could like view the current scene and the next scene at the same time. Does that ring any bells? Maybe that was the old Twitch, or sorry, the old OBS. Is that just not a thing that new OBS does? You know the thing? Block preview, preview scaling. I thought you could do... I thought you could have like a 2-up display. Okay, let's see. Preview, next, scene. That's a thing, right? So you could have like a 2-up. Am I thinking of totally different software? 2-up display with the current scene and the next scene. How do I show preview? Is that just the main screen? That doesn't help. Lock scene button. Studio mode. Is that a thing? Preview. Studio mode. Transition to scene when double-clicked. Enable portrait vertical layout. I clicked... that immediately transitioned. Okay, I'm gonna give up on this in a minute. It's just some. I thought I remembered it being an easy, obvious thing. Studio mode. Am I not in studio mode? Is that the deal here? What is studio? What? How do you do it? I mean, you can do this thing and have the multi-view. If I do that, the camera switches, of course, because it's there. Obviously. But that's not quite what I want. Anyway. I don't have a great solution. I'm gonna say no good solution at this time, and I'm gonna kind of ignore the problem. Thing is, like, you know, sometimes I want to be in a place where the camera But there's clearly no camera, and the light's off on the camera, so I just feel good. There's no... Are all these off? No, I don't remember. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, hi. Hello, it's me. That was not a useful digression, but whatever. Let's now waste some other time picking wallpaper. And, oh yeah, I forgot I was even doing that thing. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, let's pick a wallpaper, and then we're going to do, like, kind of some work. Just a little bit of work. In these leaves. Excuse me. It's a very loud cough. I apologize. Cool bird. Grainy land. Ominous clouds. Another cool birds. A lot of cool birds today. New York City. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, we gotta I'm gonna move on with my life. I don't really have to. I'm not in a big hurry today. I'm not in a big hurry most days lately, you know? And I obviously am not gonna get any work done without proper wallpaper. Cool. Kind of like feel like the first one was the best, and we've just not quite achieved those same heights. So the thing we're doing today, you know, I did all this stuff with Heat to use Cloudflare workers, and seemingly that has worked. Humans seem to be using it. At some point I need to shut down the old service and save $7 a month, and hopefully nobody is using it, but like relying on the old service. I don't exactly know how I can check that. I guess we can go look at, let's just check Heroku real fast and see if we excuse me, what usage it shows. Because I kind of assume some people are still using it. I just don't have an easy way to communicate to them, like, hey, don't do this anymore, other than just straight up breaking it, which seems not cool, but it's not like they pay for it. So, Oh, wallpaper. The wallpaper hunt is just not feeling it today. I could be there. I could be that little cottage. Probably be very cold. It's cold here today. It's cold in my apartment. I had to turn on the heaters last night. I did that thing where like the heaters haven't been on in a year, and so you just start cooking dust for a while. A lovely aroma. I don't know, man. Just not. Uh-oh, did I break it? Deprecation. Did I, did I request too many times? That would be kind of crazy because I was requesting so slowly. But, it seems to be the case. So we may be stuck with this wallpaper. Excuse me. I'm a little choked up today. I'm going to blame the burning dust. So yeah, we did the stuff with Cloudflare, I need to write like kind of a generic service to use for an upcoming project. Just that's very similar to Heat. It's going to just take in post data and relay it to a WebSocket client. The thing we don't need is we don't need, you know, any of the Twitch stuff. So it's kind of going to be a stripped down version of Heat in some ways, at least to start with. Security is sort of a concern. I mean, we could just hard code some kind of ID you have to have, or we can just say like, when you join, you get an ID and that's where you go. Like, I don't know. I don't want to accidentally leave up a service that gets exploited. But first, I do want to just check and see if we do have any useful metrics from Heroku that would either encourage me or discourage me to not pay them $7 a month anymore. Salesforce bought them, messed up their authentication. No, wrong thing. Dashboard, Heat EBS. So this is our old, this is the old below. All metrics. So like, I really should have made something. Should make something on new Heat that like logs old Heat requests, I guess. This throughput. Requests per second. I mean, this looks pretty. People are using it. Oh, that's response time, memory usage. Yeah, so the only metric. So I can only look at the past 24 hours with my current plan, apparently. Okay, so but in the past 24 hours, humans have used this up to 34 requests per second for people using it last night. I don't want to just cut it off and break it for people, but I don't know. I don't deal with it right this minute. So let's go to Cloudflare. So the thing is, I mean, you know, whatever. Those were tens or hundreds of requests. I think we're getting thousands or tens of thousands of requests on Cloudflare. So it seems like the bulk of requests are going where we want them. I think. I pushed the wrong button. Log into Cloudflare. Let's also log into GitHub. Yeah, so we just need to go. I just don't, you know, it's been some months since we've done this thing. I don't remember how to do anything. That's the Heat workers script, I think. So here's our whole worker setup. And it's not that intense. There's definitely like the most annoying parts. This whole JSON web token class, that's a whole thing. We've got this utility class that does like logging and some things like that. Not that important. I mean, maybe we'll end up borrowing some of those pieces. The get path component is semi-useful, I guess. But I mean, it's reslicing every time. I don't know. And then like our log handler. We have like WebSockets. So we got two kinds of requests coming in. We've got all this stupid JSON stuff. Like this is all JSON WebToken stuff. The whole thing is only 290 lines, and probably 100 lines of that is like authentication kinds of stuff that we don't really need. Or at this moment, we don't really need it. So is this what I want to do? Do I really want to do this? Or is it going to be a pain? What are the alternatives? So either I do the Cloudflare thing for this upcoming project. Number of users is not determined, so I would, it would have to be a thing that could scale. So options are the AWS Nightmare with Elasticache and all that stuff, which I don't want to do that. Or Roku with Redis. Or, I mean, Cloudflare is the option that scales infinitely. Yeah, so it's a job that's kind of a secret, so I can't talk too much about it. But basically, it's going to require this web component, or this this relay component, this many to one kind of setup, and it's unclear whether we will be building the final implementation, or if we'll just be building kind of a reference implementation, passing it on. I'm gonna say so we had this, just the channel object. I feel like it become kind of a client object. Yeah, this was the thing that was a bit weird. If it's like, it looked like there was supposed to be, it looked like you were trying to do a WebSocket. Oh yeah, there's also like the forwarding stuff, the legacy stuff. Obviously, we just don't care about that. Like this whole thing is just forwarding the legacy clicks. Everything going through the front end is going through the new server. It's just like clients would go through the legacy. And so, is there any way that I could set the legacy server up to also run on Cloudflare? Think about that for a second. Probably could, and then it could just exist, and then I don't have to pay for Heroku anymore. I don't really want to do that, but I think it doesn't actually have to be that complicated, because none of the incoming stuff has to go there. Only the thing that would relay to the Socket.io and WebSocket clients. I would basically just have to rewrite a legacy setup and use it. So either I pull up the Band-Aid and just kill that, and it makes, potentially breaks things for people, or just don't have a way to like tell people what's up. But I think I want to ignore that problem for now. So I think that's what we're going to call this. I don't know. I'm not feeling super motivated to do this at the moment, but maybe we'll at least get set up today and go from there, perhaps. Probably out of date. 1.19.2. So presumably this has durable objects in it now, or do we still have to have a separate forked durable objects version? Can I not see all tags? Integrate beta support. So that was integrated in here. So I think we're okay to just upgrade. How do you update a global package? I guess that's how you do it. Okay, terrific. So now what are we supposed to do? I think we're already logged in. How did I do this? So presumably this was the root. You're not the boss of me. I have to do that inside the directory. I'm called the relay worker. No. It's not really wanted that, but hey. What? Stupid PowerShell. Okie dokie. We got a toml. That's interesting. Rather than a version, it's got a compatibility date. So we had to jump through some nonsense, I believe, to make this business work. Let's see. You know, like we had, like in the end, the way that I did this or the way that I built it, I actually don't quite remember. Because we wanted it to be a module. Are these secrets? I don't think they're secrets. The durable logic binding. This is the thing. This yeah, I don't quite remember. Yeah, we did all this a few months ago. You would think that I remember something, but I don't. Presumably this account ID is the same. I don't think this is a secret. I hope it's not. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a little fancy here for the like staging setup and whatnot. Oh, I don't really want to do that part, but ugh. Something fun gonna happen? Hello, worker. Hi, it's me. I need a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Excuse me, please. That's the wrong thing. I remembered how to do the thing. I don't like this layout though, actually. It is studio mode, it's just a button in the side of OBS. It's not complicated at all. I just kind of forgot about it. I was getting confused between OBS and OBS Studio as being two different versions of OBS. But that was not actually the problem. Because I just don't remember anything anymore. Transition to scene when double clicked. Transition to scene when double clicked. I'm double clicking things. But wait, okay, let's try this again. Settings. I have checked a box that says transition to scene when double clicked. Okay, it did work actually. This layout's okay. It's just so tiny. I feel like they could lay this out a little better. But I guess that's how to do the thing that I wanted to do. So, okay. So, gosh, remembering this stuff, oh boy. Like, the durable object stuff was actually a hassle. Like, actually. Hey. And presumably there's like new stuff with durable objects, right? Like probably this has changed. And presumably we can't test durable objects locally still. Yeah, we don't want a client. So, this is interesting though. Let me think about this for a second. Because Kyle, oh my gosh. No, this is soldering. It's code soldering. Like we're soldering code together. Do you remember? I don't remember how to do any of this. It's been months and it's all gone from my mind. Like, how do you do this? How does anything work? Do you remember how anything works? Just like anything? Oh no, prettier. I don't like prettier. At least we have the code of conduct. So that's a relief. Okay, so, you know, we gotta handle a request. So that's fine. Get the co-pilot. Do you want to be my co-pilot? How about I be the co-pilot for once? Okay. Is it that easy? Where do I put the API key? I think I just write it on a piece of paper. I just write it on a piece of paper and then put it in the mail. Okay, so this is what we have to do. We have to do the thing where a request comes in and we look at that request and we say, hello, request, are you a durable? Because durable objects don't work locally, right? Like that's the whole business. You can't test them locally, you have to push. Oh, really? Kyle, what's going on Sunday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rango Live does not support. To help you debugging using Rango Tail to troubleshoot durable object. But you can't log from in a durable object, right? So like, yeah, that was the thing that was so painful about this. Strawberry nanopans? I think you have the right idea. What else goes with this? You just straight up some nanopans, or you have some additional sides? What's on the menu? Yeah, so this in the industry, this is we would say that this sucks as a professional term, that this sucks. That there's no, which is, it kind of feels like an oversight. Bacon, ham, eggs, hash brown, sausage. Bacon and ham and sausage. Kind of out of control. Nanopans though. I like those nanopans. I do love hash browns. Hash browns are among the best foods. Hash browns also have so much range. You can have like even the terrible hash browns, like the frozen Trader Joe's hash browns, are just basically McDonald's hash browns. So, you know, I rewrote Heat using Cloudflare, and it was a pain, but I've been mostly pretty pleased with it. And I sometimes have jobs that require these multi-user interactions, and this current job that it's for an upcoming kind of interactive installation thing has a many to one setup. So you have a bunch of like audience member participations, whatever, and then it's all drawn in a single location. So it's not unlike Heat in that way. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should, and it needs to scale though. Like, I don't know how many people are going to use it. So, as it stands, we're only on the hook to like build a reference implementation, and then the company that we're building the thing for is supposed to take over. But there is some chance that we will just end up having to build the thing, which is a little bit of a concern because it's in China, and I just don't know anything about Chinese internet, except that sometimes you can't talk to the rest of the internet. So, but I believe all the Cloudflare stuff is available there. So anyway, I have a couple of options to build like a scalable, multi-user, any number of people can use a thing kind of thing. And the way I used to do it, and the way that Heat was written originally, is that you have some server, and you hit that server, and then it's got some kind of thing, or you have like a server script, but a bunch of nodes of it. And then you have to have something on the back end that makes all those nodes talk together, like a Redis server or some kind of caching setup. And then you take all the data that comes in from all the people, and then you funnel it into whomever. So in the case of Heat, it's all of the Twitch viewers, and that data gets funneled into a WebSocket connection to the broadcaster. And so this would be a pretty similar setup. It would be extremely similar, in fact. In some ways, it's like a stripped down, simplified version because it doesn't require any Twitch authentication or JSON Web Tokens or any of the things that were such a hassle, which is good. So from that perspective, it should definitely be way easier than Heat. I just don't really remember how to do it. But what I do definitely remember is that durable objects are hard to test. That is a thing that is the truth. They are hard to test. Why are there two things here? Because I want to be module mode. I apparently decided that I like the module mode more. So. Well, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because this client actually, oh, I shouldn't talk about it too much, but this client did like an earlier, like the direction for this project has changed probably more than any project I've ever worked on. And in one of the middle ideas of the project was kind of this architectural interactive LED screen kind of thing. And it was based on a piece of architecture in China that later turned out to be of cultural significance, and it seemed super not appropriate to do the thing. So fortunately, they caught that before they actually did it. But an actual concern, if we open this up and have this like multi-user web thing, like obviously people are gonna try to find ways to exploit it. And so, yeah, you could certainly imagine this multi-user thing, someone exploiting it and saying whatever. Free Hong Kong, whatever. So I definitely, I want to be clear that like our role in the project is not, will not deal with moderation. I don't. So I don't know, and that's what I was saying kind of earlier, is like the whole the idea of Chinese internet, from both in terms of like services being available because of the firewall, and in terms of, you know, that kind of censorship and things like that. I just don't want to be in any way responsible. So how does this work? Does anyone know how this works? I think we do the async fetch, and it just comes with these parameters. And this is just what happens when a person hits the thing. Actually, on the topic, was there a like what if there's other, oh no, don't do that. Not helpful. Good grief. I hate PowerShell. Good, ugh, you suck. It's just like, and it's not easy to have multiple shells here. So annoying. I don't remember how to. So stupid. Windows, you're terrible. Okay. And it's true, everybody in China loves Winnie the Pooh. That's just a given. Everybody knows that. Okay, so we're gonna try the module setup thing again. I think this is how you do it. I think just somewhere in here you return some response, whatever. I think we do have to then edit our TOML to say that we want like, what did I do? How did I do this? Does anybody know? Because this just had a source file and there was app.mjs. Let's just copy the thing that I did, I guess. And then our toml. Nope. This is all this other crap in here. Not interested in it. Don't want all this garbage. Don't want this. I don't even know what it is. This is all we want. I'm going to delete the code of conduct, which means there's no rules. All right, Kyle, you're going to eat your nanopans, then what? What else does the day hold? Worker stab. Build upload. Do we have to do this thing? No rules, man. Is this gonna work or is this effed? It's effed. Is it effed? Hello, worker. I don't want you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, what did we have to do in our package file? Doesn't that get built somewhere? So what did we do? We just don't even have it. Don't even care. Love it. Just keep deleting things. Should probably have a version in here, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. You can put ice cream on your nanopans? That's a thing they'll do at IHOP, right? Do whatever you want there. There's no rules at IHOP. Okay. So. Does it still work? Hello, nanopans. Nanopans? Okay. So this works. Now we just gotta go through the whole stupid thing. We gotta go through. Might as well just set it up, I guess. This stuff. So we had the dev and yeah. So we do like npm run dev. It's gonna work. Oops. Who's sending me emails at this hour? Is it IHOP? At a time like this. I have just really grown to hate emails. Like, I never want them. Nobody wants that crap. Okay, so my favorite way to be notified of something, I think, is just to be left alone. It's just to be never bothered. I like it when I come home and there's a package in front of my door. And the notification is, you have a package. Twitch? I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about Twitch. Who knows? Twitch is a real thing. I might not even really be me. I might have this might be maybe I'm a fake me that stole my credentials from the hack. There's been some impressive data leaks in recent years, but to have like your entire site stolen is like is a triumph. It's pretty incredible. Like, how do you? It's just how you manage to do that is that's a. Oof. Leak implies like, oh, you have a big container and there's a little hole in it, right? And then something leaks out of the hole. This is not a leak. This is someone just taking the whole container. This is like, there's no leak here. I'm sure there's so many exploits. I was looking at some of the Git commits. They're pretty funny, of people's commits of just being like, why doesn't this work? Very human. Some very human commits. Okay, so we have this stupid thing. We did seemingly publish this. So this works for whatever that's worth. Hello, Nanopans. Okay, so we have a website. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. The thing we have to do now is like, now we have to do all the work. So if I remember correctly, I think we can strip this down. I think we can pare this down. Our goal will be to like really minimize the code here, because there's a fair amount of stuff for the legacy server. There's a fair amount of stuff for handling all the Twitch nonsense. Like, so that stuff we'll just ignore for now. We can do this get path component, or we can just not, you know? Like, because all it is a split. That's all it is. We have to create a URL from this. Yeah, it's just this. That's all. So let's try to make this as clean and simple as we possibly can, right? Piece of cake. We're looking for cake here. And Kyle, I'm so like, another thing from the leak was the fact that like only 5% of Twitch streamers, what was it? In the last month, like only 5% of Twitch streamers even made over $1,000. No, I'm sorry, that's year to date. That's like 9 months. So over 9 months, only 5% of Twitch users made over $1,000. I believe those numbers are correct, which is pretty cool, man. So can I just do this? Yeah, like the logging of this stuff is real. Okay, I think I can do this. Like, I think some things will work. Oops. You know, there's some basic things before we get into it's interesting. So there was nothing to start with, and then there was. But if the URL is the first thing always? So it's whatever's before the slash. So I guess this is just to path name slice. I don't remember what slice is. That's weird. Why would we be... Is path name not a string? Path name is a string. Oh, that's a section of the string. Okay, so we're just, whatever. We're just skipping the first character of the string, basically, and then using the indices to get whatever our path is. So that's fine. Let's do that. So you're telling me the best way to be rich and popular on Twitch is to be rich and popular on Twitch? Interesting. But hindsight's 2020. I do remember in like whatever it was, I don't remember when it was. 2014? Whenever they first released Twitch Creative. When was that? Yeah, why would you publish an article and not put a date on that article? Why? 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 Why did they do that? Late 2015. Anyway, I just remember at that time thinking like, oh, I should start this now while it's new. And of course it didn't. I blew it. I'm never going to be version famous, Kyle. I don't have the mindset for it. I don't have the grind set for it. So, okay, so what we will do. Anybody remember how this works? I think we said like if the endpoint is a channel. Okay, the endpoint is the first component in the path. So like that's basically just saying if path 0 is whatever. And then that's how we, and then we say if it's a channel. How does this work? I think we do something in here and then we say like if it looks like you're trying to update to a WebSocket. Okay, this is starting to ring a bell. This is the trick, right? Is you have to it's this thing. This is the trick. So you have a name. Well, I mean, I guess in our new land we can call it a namespace or whatever. So like, you know, we just want to just have a bunch of conditions based on and maybe we'll call it namespace for now. I don't exactly know what I want to call it. So if you're hitting a namespace, we'll do the thing. Otherwise, we'll just say hello nanners, hello nanpans. Oh man. Yeah, I probably should have done. I probably should. Oh gosh. So here's the issue, Kyle. Here's the issue. Is all the monetization stuff is so stupid. And for sound alerts, that would be so easy. But for like monetizing heat could be a good idea. It would just be such a hassle. Like the tools are just not well built for it. It really sucks. It would be like my job to try to monetize heat. I don't care enough. I don't want to do that. You could hire somebody. I'll hire an intern to do it. Get Life is Yours to do it. Once Life is Yours is done with API school. Are you telling me that streams where I sort screws are not easy to monetize? I don't understand. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I can't actually process what you're saying to me. You think that I won't make money by sorting screws? Is that? So yeah, what we have to do is this thing, right? In fact, it's not even an else, because that's one night. I don't know. There's like a cascading thing here. We don't have to have conditions because we'll just out before we get here. And so if we, we get here if it's an unhandled request. So we have we hit the namespace endpoint, so the first thing we have to do is and then if not namespace ID, we just want this. Basically. What are headers? Headers. These are our headers. I think we actually cared. I think that was all dumb Twitch stuff, so I think we can do without it. We just say this. And then I kind of think we can just do this, like. I don't appreciate you turning my passion into something lewd, into something tawdry. Got some nice screws right here. Ready to go? I don't know. I feel like the projects I'm working on. I did get the chair to work. Is there an easy way to show that? It doesn't sound good now. It doesn't look very good now, but it like technically works. Let's see. Maybe I put it somewhere that would be easy to see. Did I send it to my own self? Sometimes I just send myself things on Slack, you know, just so I get a message. Sometimes it's nice to get a message from me, from myself. I'm just gonna select this message to myself so I don't have to send a thing to Windows, because Windows is not very good. Pretty dumb. I have a tiny computer in my hand right here, and I have a big computer right there, and just getting a thing from the tiny computer to the big computer is a hassle. Because I could save to Dropbox. You know, in Apple land, you can just airdrop a thing, but in Windows land, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you know, I could like push this button, and then what am I gonna do? Can't airdrop it. Can't put it in Discord because there's a size limit. Let's just save it to Dropbox. Is your streaming friend rich? Is your streaming friend a top 10 earner? Wow. He's on the list? Wow. Rich. I've made like ones of dollars from Twitch. I'm probably on the list. I'm probably first on the list. I'm not even gonna check because I just assume that it's true. It's probably true. Anybody seen this file? Oh, we're never gonna find this file. Kidding me? Binary is on a number of lists, yes. Can't disclose which lists or the nature of any of those lists, but I can confirm. Ben, how's it going? I think Steam automatically changed, oh, sorry, not Steam, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch reset them all, but I have the thing where OBS is logged in. So OBS just automatically did it. So I didn't even, but it basically, OBS just sent the keys directly to the Russians for me. I didn't have to do anything. It's actually really convenient to not have to, Did that not work? What happened here? computers just aren't very good. Oh, wait, can I do this? That would be crazy. Is this going to work? Copy an iCloud link and just... Oh, that would be lovely. Let me just now Slack myself a link to a thing. Yeah, this is very good. Computers are very good. I didn't reset my password though, so... Or is this thing? Why are computers so bad? Why are computers such a bad idea? Is this gonna actually work? That would be kind of cool. Oh, it did work. How about that? Adorable. So this is I was working on my chair on Thursday. Are you gonna be? Is this gonna work? Are you gonna be able to hear this? It sounds bad so far. Like the music part definitely needs work, but the thing works. Right now it's just random notes. Gotta hide the wires, all that kind of stuff. But like the plan of using a rotary encoder, like spring pressed to the shaft of the chair, did the thing, and it does the job in that it makes you really dizzy. So mission accomplished on that front. I just have to make it sound more musical. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it's gonna. I mean, my original ambition was that it should just play like some generative music, but maybe it can do position. It's actually like way overly accurate for what I'm using it for. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. I was just looking. Maybe that's the thing I'll stream tomorrow, Tuesday. I was looking at taking a MIDI file, deconstructing the MIDI into a bunch of events in a C header, and then taking that to the Teensy to spit out whatever. I'm supposed to be working. I forgot what I was doing. Anybody remember? Does this work? Should get... No, this. We should get a unhandled response. We got an exception. Obviously, because that's an endpoint. Obviously. What if it's, but only if it's like a bad MIDI version of Sandstorm, right? The login to listen to this MIDI? I don't think so. Here's a really well-made MIDI version. I don't want a good MIDI version. I want a bad MIDI version. If it's too well-made, it's going to trigger... I'm going to get a DMCA notice. Yeah, it's too good. It needs to be like bad, like a bad piano version. Release date 1999. Coming on the 22-year anniversary of this. I'm assuming whatever is supposed to play this no longer works. Like an embedded Flash MIDI player or something. Pretty good. There, I'm gonna get DMCA'd now. Great. Great. First the Russians get me, then DMCA'd. Okay, so and now if we just do like namespace, and we have a missing channel ID. But if we make it this far and we have a channel ID, then Binary, how did I already fully forget how to do all of this? Like in just a matter of months, 100% forgot how to do all the Cloudflare stuff. Which maybe is good because some stuff has changed in the last few months, but it's kind of impressive that I... Oh yeah, we have all these checks, so... I'm not going to send headers for now. We don't care. I mean, I don't know that I would say I've really learned it, but, you know, I spent a fair amount of time learning the, or stumbling through, especially all the worker stuff, because it was such a pain. So this is where it's going to be, this is where it goes off the rails, right? Because this is where we have to... switch to all the durable object stuff, and it's just, here we go, we got to do it now. So I don't remember how it works, but I can just copy from myself, because I think that, yeah, this is what we need this durable object binding, and that's going to be great, right? We're just going to have namespaces and a namespace object. And then we need to actually have that be a thing, right? That does probably need to exist. Yeah, I mean, this one is specifically like the underpinnings for a job coming up, but it's my longer term goal. It was the thing I was trying to get funding from processing to do. Longer term goal of just this like very simple relay system that works for all cases. So this one initially is going to just be like heat, where it's many to one, but I want a system that I can use for all these projects, so I can have many to many, one to many, many to one, one to one, I guess. Oh, probably other ways I would do one to one. Because I was doing one to one, I'd probably just do WebRTC or something. I don't know. But yeah, so the goal is to generalize that stuff, at least to some extent. But then this is where it goes off the rails, because once we do this, we are no longer in... we can't use Wrangler Dev anymore. You have to publish, which still feels like the biggest weakness here. That you can't debug. Oh, does this have to not be in here? In here? Why am I one level of indent? I'm not one level of indent at all. Yeah, so this is specifically for this event in China, which hopefully ends up just being like a reference implementation and not the real implementation. Or it's just a first pass at it, at least. So, yeah, this had this whole business. This was our whole business, right? Was once we... there's this whole thing that is like, if it's a WebSocket, we got to do the whole WebSocket business. And if it's a API request, and it's kind of a pain either way. I mean, especially the WebSocket request. But I think, yeah, now without having to do, man, I don't know, binary. So that's the thing, that's why I think this is this is hopefully a reference implementation, because I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to guarantee that a thing that we do anywhere on the internet is going to run in China. And so maybe I'll give them this as a reference implementation. Maybe I'll also give them like a really simple Redis-based version if they just have to deploy it somewhere. I definitely don't want to do stupid AWS Elasticache, all that stuff again, because that That sucked. But I want a stripped down version of this for other stuff anyway. Okay, so yeah, this was all the API requests, and it was super annoying because we had to do all the JSON Web Token stuff. Once we did the JSON Web Token stuff, all this was like validating data, validating a cooldown. I don't remember where I stored the cooldown. Oh, I must have a map that lives inside. I do. Okay. I don't think... God, do I care about cooldowns? That would probably be a smart thing to do, so I'm going to not do it. And then the sessions... Is that where the WebSockets live? I don't remember how any of this works. So that's where we declare the sessions, and then, yeah, it's if there's a WebSocket. So we want to handle the WebSocket. And then it's this weird thing where you have to create the client and server pair. And so I think we can more or less just lift this. Oops. So it's this weird thing where when you create a WebSocket pair, it splits it into client and server. You store the server. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, you store the server in the durable object, and then you return the client piece, the client component, whatever. And this is what's really weird, because you have to do server.send to talk to the client. Pretty weird. And we don't have a version, but I guess we can have a version. That might help with debugging, actually, because that was a real problem, knowing which version we were dealing with. I think we can keep this fairly compact. So you do that, then we have to do this clear session thing. And oh yeah, that's just a thing we do when oops. Just based on some WebSocket events. And then we return the client. Yeah. We return the client like that. No build command specified. What? Did I break it? Wrong one. I think it's not going to work. Actually, it weirdly did work. Namespace 123. Is this where it's going to freak out because we can't have? Yeah, I think you just can't do anything related to durable objects locally, but I think it's going to be a little easier because so much of why we needed logging last time was all this stupid JSON Web Token stuff. So hopefully that's not as much of a problem. Like the actual, like this is most of the brains of the project is this one method is the broadcast method that just sends out the data that comes in. So that's not hard. So I could write like a truly horrible version of this to start with, which would be a little bit funny, which is like just whatever you post goes to the server and it doesn't validate anything. How good of an idea is that? Some of this stuff we also had to like, did we check if it's a post somewhere? Yeah. Because we want to post. Yeah, this is going to be perfect. There's no way anybody could abuse this. Why would anyone want to abuse this? A thing that lets you just arbitrarily. No, it's going to be great. I mean, yeah, whatever. If this became a real thing, you'd want API keys or something like that. This is basically the thing I was proposing for that processing fellowship. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, the processing idea was like, oh, you can just make a thing, you can relay whatever you want to whatever you want, but there would be API keys to make sure, you know, you were only attending to your own traffic. That would still be really hard to enforce. I mean, unless we also did the whole JSON Web Token thing, which is such a pain in the butt. But I know how to do it now, kind of, I guess, after all of my... Man, that was a pain. What did I even do in the end? Didn't I, like, end up validating it myself? With the stupid... Yeah, I did. I ended up doing it myself. What a huge pain. It was this insane... It was the insane thing where there's a special... where you have the data and it gets base64 encoded, but then base64 is not URL friendly, so there's another layer of encoding that goes on top of the base64 that does basically nothing. It like replaces two... This is it. This is the encoding of base64 URL to base64 is like dashes, or pluses become dashes, slashes become underscores. Yeah, really good. Very exciting. And that was the thing I got so stuck on. I mean, I got stuck on a lot of stuff, and that also was like exactly what was the right way to get to just the pure byte arrays of the data. It's just a pain. Web crypto stuff sucks. Cryptography, the web cryptography stuff. I mean, can't you already do that with scroller? Doesn't scroller already do that? Like just play all videos from a subreddit? This thing? Scroller. Cat pranks. So yeah, I think you just go like scroller/r/cat pranks, and then it will just play all the videos. Look at these cat pranks. Hilarious. Let's just watch cat pranks instead. Oh, these cats. So pranked. 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 Oh, it doesn't do videos? Yeah, but why would you want to watch anything other than cat pranks? I don't understand. Are you saying you want to watch a subreddit that isn't cat pranks? My new favorite subreddit. Pranked. Watch this. Pranked. You ready? Pranked. Pranked. Pranked again. Pranked. This is good content. Do you think that one cat's gonna prank the other cat? Pranked! Oh, gosh. Okay. Whew. Just pure cat pranks all day? I mean, I may just shut this whole thing down and I'll stop streaming and we'll just prank cat pranks. cat pranks. Okay, what are we doing? We're gonna see if... What? How does this work? We got to get the thing, and then I think we have to pass the response through to the... Oh boy. We have to like pass the response through to the channel object? Yes, this happens, right? I mean the namespace object, because I'm changing the names so it's not as clear that I plagiarize my own code. Okay, so now what happens here though? So you always return this. So you do actually have to have some error handling inside of right? Like you can't just get to the end of this. Yeah. So you kind of have to call that, and then inside here, inside this fetch, what? Okay. In here? That doesn't look like we ever reached this, by the way. Looks like we don't need this. So if it's that, do that. If it's that, do that. Otherwise, return that. That seems okay. So, we don't really have any way to bail out of this at the moment. So... that goes in there. Okay, so do what now? We've got a post. So we should get an invalid API request. Well, nothing's gonna work now. Everything's gonna be broken. Everything's ruined forever, right? If I do namespace, or is it okay? Missing namespace ID. This because this is gonna try to find channel IDs and it's gonna be busted. Invalid namespace ID. Because I said those are supposed to be numbers. Something. Yeah. So we don't really care if those are numbers. We just care that it exists. Okay, so we have to stop doing this, and we have to do... what's the thing called? Dev. So now we have to start publishing because that's the only way we can do this. And probably stuff is going to break, and we'll just see how it goes. No build command specified by whom? We have this build upload. Is that no longer correct? Or do we need it in the... I think our package had a build command of any kind. So in here, is it because we have I don't know why I have this. Why would this be different? I guess it's so I had some ability to have I don't know. Anyway, so we have this. We have durable objects. We have build upload. Why is this broken? I'm going to run it again, because why not? Something went wrong with the request to Cloudflare. Cannot create bindings for namespace object that is not exported by the script. It's not? I might have to run a command separately. So we do this. We do this. Do you have to run a command to create it, though? This thing? No. Rollup ES module template TypeScript rollup Webpack common.js. Oh boy. I feel like we went through a bunch of crap to try to get this to not suck. Because I didn't want to use, like, why do we have to do this? I don't, like, we went through all that stuff of, like, do we have to use Webpack? Do we not have to use Webpack? Whatever. But I thought in the end, we figured out a way where we didn't need to do that. Did I get the bindings wrong? Bindings, namespaces, namespace object. It's called namespace object, and here we have an export class namespace object. How do I look over here? Anybody? Export default, export class channel object. What'd I do? Yeah, didn't I? Yeah, okay, I thought so, but I'm not seeing it in this documentation. Like, wouldn't you think that would be in this, on this page? I remember having to do it to delete the class. Maybe the configuration changed since the last time I did it. Oh yeah, yeesh, did I? I mean, I have a couple of build commands in the in here, but it's just Wrangler publish. I definitely remember having to use Wrangler to like delete classes or like delete a durable object. And this version should support durable objects. I sort of thought this part happened automatically. Purely through extra arguments to Wrangler publish. I don't like their templates. I don't want to use their templates. I specifically liked my template that did not need any stupid dependencies. Right? That was like, and I feel like that took so much effort. Where I don't want to use rollup. Didn't we get this to work without any dependency? I mean, clearly I did. I remember it was a pain. I remember I had to like jump through a lot of hoops. Rollup, Webpack. So here's just durable objects, but I bet this one's not going to be a module, right? Wait, it is. It is a module. Is it up to date? August 26th. So their package JSON has 0 information. Oh, it does have a module. Need that. I wouldn't really think so, but just for kicks. And then their TOML. I wonder if this syntax just changed. So we have durable objects, we have bindings equal, and it's an array, and in that array we have a name, we have a class name, namespace object, and then build.upload, format modules, main. I feel like I'm doing the thing. Is it just a dumb typo thing? Feels like a dumb typo thing because namespace object. Did I just not type that correctly? Namespace object. Are these really the same? Have I done some blindingly silly thing? Those look like the same words. Okay. Is there some slightly different syntax I'm supposed to use? Export class. So that's the export default, and then just high level, there should be an export class namespace object. Export class namespace object. Do I need at the end of the file something fancy? No. What? What's my problem? No build command specified, but I have a build.upload. Is that not adequate? Or does that just mean I'm not? So yeah, build command maybe just means I'm not doing the... Don't need any migrations, although that seems good because then you don't have to do the weird delete, undelete thing or whatever it was last time. Ah, this, right? I think I have to do this. Great. Why wouldn't it just detect that? Why wouldn't it just say, oh, there's a class in here that's not specified. It must be a new class. Yeah, I thought I didn't remember it being part of the publish, but I also didn't really remember it being separate. But yeah, it's ringing a bell now. Yes, and so subsequent pushes should work. Okay, so a call directly to this should be an unhailed request. A call directly to namespace, we should get like an invalid namespace. If we make a namespace ID, we should get an invalid API request because we didn't post. But then if we did namespace, document it. What are you, crazy? Why would I do that? Okay. Probably not a bad idea. I think that should be done automatically, personally. So yeah, if we now want to Postman, please, Mr. Postman. Postman's a good program, just broadly speaking. I think most programs aren't good, but like Postman, I feel like it mostly does the job. Whoa. Do fancy flows. Yeah, the last thing I want is for me to steal my own jobs. I mean, that would be a disaster. Okay, so now if I post here, but we didn't actually write any code if a post happens, right? We just said, yeah, okay. So this should be presumably just like a status 200. 200 is happy, right? Thanks. That's a silly message, but let's just go with it for the moment. We got to republish every time we make a change. We can't get logging anywhere in here. It's very, very good. So if we now refresh here, it will still be bad. But if we go in here and we just post whatever we want here, it's broken. What did we do wrong? We posted to here, and all we said, wait, that says if not equal to post. If it's not equal to post, well then why was I ever getting this? So what's this gonna do? Valid, okay, this is inverted logic. I think we were using that as a gate before, and now we wanna, you know, like as a early out. But now we wanna actually do it. So the thing I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Can Postman do a WebSocket client? I don't think it can. That would be pretty cool. I guess I can. So how? How do you do it? Creating WebSocket request. Create new. I need to update my version of Postman. What version am I running? Why doesn't it do the thing that says this is your version of Postman? Is it just on my screen and I'm missing it? Why is there not an about Postman under help? Or yeah. What version do I have? Okay, remember when I said I like Postman, I don't like it anymore. Doesn't even tell me what version I'm running? That can't be right. It's probably just somewhere in my face and I'm missing it. Okay, I'm assuming that WebSocket requests are in a new version. Maybe they're behind a paywall or something. But that would be pretty cool, because if we could just straight up open... Oh no! Like, oh, binary. Oh no. I don't know if there's... Huh. Like a Chrome... I've never actually tried that. I think you can expect traffic, but I don't know about like actually creating one. It's pretty funny. Also, same one, connect to... Wait, I just saw it. All of this documentation says to use the WebSocket demo. What a tragedy. Like everything on the internet that talks about WebSockets talks about. They should like have just given this to somebody. They should have just given it to Cloudflare or something. It was a real... That's a shame. Okay. We have a new fancy version of Postman? Wow. Hardware accelerated. File, new, WebSocket request. So I'm gonna try to create a WebSocket request to this URL. Connect. Not found. Huh. We don't want an HTTPS there. It worked! That's pretty cool. Oh. Huh. Never use that. I think I'm pretty content with Postman as its own business. I don't like this stupid collection screen though. I would like this to get out of my face. Could this just not be in my face? Great. Okay, so that's pretty handy. And now if I do send some data here, why was that an invalid API request? This was a post. My request method was post. That's where I posted. You're still connected. Okay, well, let's ignore that for 1 second because I do want to add the thing. So I'm just going to try to say whatever you post. Can I do this? That whatever you post just gets, yeah, dumped straight to the WebSocket, which is probably, it's probably a bad idea, right? It's probably not a thing you should do, but I know, it worked out perfectly. What beautiful timing. Just when I want WebSocket support, it's there. So the trick is we need to be able to, yeah, this was the thing. Let's just start with this, I guess. This is a good message. That was a good drum break. You know what I want to do instead of the, oh no, we're gonna get DMCA'd. Oh gosh, what is it? Hungarian waltz? Instead of sandstorm. What is that one very particular? It's Hungarian Rhapsody. Hungarian Rhapsody. That's Hungarian Rhapsody. We want Hungarian Rhapsody, and of course we want a bad MIDI version. This Hungarian Rhapsody is like the 19th century version of Sandstorm, basically. It's pretty much the equivalent. It's in fact, it's exactly what it is. If this is the song I think it is. I think this is right. It's 11 minutes long. We don't want the whole 11-minute version. I love this bad MIDI though. The right song. We just had to get to the right movement. Well, I think we would skip to the movement, to the particular movement. It's not letting me skip, so sorry. Why won't this let me skip? Okay, let's just find it on YouTube so I can skip through it. I think this is the right song. Maybe that's the wrong one, actually. Let's see. You know what? It's Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. Okay, I think this is it.
What would you do if you're...
Oh, we gotta wait for this advertisement. I think this is it. Okay, that was the right song. We just had to find the right spot. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Just to, you know, think in terms of like 19th century Sandstorm. wait for it. Oh, here comes the drop. Oh, we could do Flight of the Bumblebee, sure. I guess if we want to do this, this is usually, I was thinking this is like the dueling pianos. So we need 2 chairs for this one. I feel like this is the part I was thinking of. Was that Tom? Tom just fall, I mean Jerry? Did Jerry just fall by? And the whole time you're getting so dizzy, you're gonna throw up. Actually, we should just check out this this person. What else? What's their number one? What's their number one jam? Most popular? There you go. A Rachmaninoff arrangement. This one would be pretty good. This would definitely make people throw up. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, spin it right around, man. That's true. I used that for another project, and I can't think what it is. We need something that's just. I said it's just got too many tracks. I get like a synthy new wave. I don't know. I think to start with, we want to stick with. Yeah, I think. So we got to write some weird. We got to write a MIDI parser. Do some crazy Rachmaninoff song. Shush! Don't look at this. Don't look at that advertisement. Yeah, it was. It was definitely. That was it. OG. What is that one song that some video of Elliott Smith playing Rachmaninoff? Strange parallel. Yeah, this song. MIDI of that. Oh, it's our friend Rousseau. Perfect. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. There is that like old Victor, what is his name? Victor Borgnine sketch where he like plays a song upside down and then flips it over. Not the same as backwards, but yeah, that's something that would be good forwards and backwards. I'm gonna stick to the. There we go. Like really high level Dance Dance Revolution play. like this is a different person. Is that a different person? Are there like competing this one only has 700,000 subscribers. Dude here has 4 million. Competing what is this? Synthesasia? I forgot what this app is called. Yeah, I do like the DDR mode. There's that app, or there's a similar app like that is free. I think I can't remember what it's called. Maybe I'll play it one day at 1/50th of the speed of those people. Is there a crab cannon? Is crab cannon same front and back? I don't know this.
Waiters always look at me.
Shh. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it like plays around the top and around. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, what? Anybody know what we were doing? Oh, we were going to try to broadcast. So for some inexplicable reason, we could not. We're getting an invalid API request, which should only happen if we fall through here. But if request.method equals post, that shouldn't happen. We should always have a request. Okay, it was valid. And then, did you get a thing or just get disconnected? Okay, so you're connected to namespace 123, and this is namespace 123, and we sent data. We got the hi there. Okay, that was less hard than I thought. See, if you really want to simplify a project, the first thing you want to do is take all security considerations and just throw them away. Like, you definitely don't want security getting in the way. It'll just slow you down and be annoying. You also don't want to, you definitely don't want to like validate any data. You just want to take whatever data comes in and just spit it right out. No validation, also very important. In fact, we have some lines up here of validation. We should just throw those away. Okay, so the thing, ouch, something in my eyeball. The thing that remains is to actually try to actually get the post data, which I don't remember how to do that. Like, how do we do that? Because we had to get this. What is the request data? Oh, okay. So we had to do this. Yeah, I forgot we did that clone thing. Okay. Well, we don't have to do that. We only needed that for the stupid relay. So I think we can just do this. And then it will just relay whatever packets come in. This is easier than I thought. Once you have like the dumb peripheral stuff set up. So in our main fetch, all we really do is slice up the URL. We try to figure out if we're looking at a namespace, and then we validate the namespace. We get the namespace object and we process everything through it. So that's not bad. Like, yeah, so all of our handling comes through the durable object, and it could certainly be more robust. But really all it does is try to decide if it looks like we're trying to be a WebSocket connection. And if we are, we do this stuff and we hand back the client. Or if it looks like we're posting data, whatever that data is, we just relay that data straight to the WebSocket. And I can't see any reason this would ever go wrong. So if we got disconnected. So we're connected to that namespace. We should get an empty, uh-oh, what have I done? We threw an exception. Did we really? Why would that be true? Do you think it's because we had no data? Or do you think I just did a bad job? Okay, seems like I broke something. Oh, well that's weird. Why would it show it like that when I said it's a post? Why is it showing it like a get? Oh, because I did it in the wrong place. How do you do that? Wait. Where do you set your post? Oh, right. I forgot. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, something is clearly still broken, so. What did I actually change? Because it's not easy to debug inside. So what I did was I said, let's get the request data from request.json. And that's what broke it, because it worked before that, right? Because this worked. Well, if it's body raw, I have to type in the JSON, which would be fine. I just thought you could do it where you could do the key value pairs. But that really wouldn't explain what the breakage is, you know? Like, I could certainly go in here and say whatever. But we should have gotten this over here anyway. So I just can't remember if form encodes differently than just like actual named fields. I mean, this is fine. It's just the problem is in here. So like, what is my problem with this request data? Why doesn't this work? And I can't easily log it because it's inside. I could do this for now. Well, it shouldn't go. Only query params should go in. Like query parameters should go in the URL always. I just was thinking, which it even says right here. I just missed it. Query params will always go in the URL. Doing body as form data should be with like whatever the thing is, form encoded. Yeah. I think this would probably technically work, but it doesn't really matter. But so the issue is something I'm doing here is busted. Like this request.json is not happening. Or that seems to be where the error is. Which I don't really understand unless... I mean, that request is what comes into... That should be the parameter here. So we have this request. We get the request headers. I thought... Oh! No, it is the async method. So why does that break? I don't think we'll get anything meaningful from here. Because I don't think you can log to tail either. Like if I console log in here, it doesn't work. That's why we had to set up that stupid remote logger last time. So I don't see anything super obviously wrong with this. Quest data. I assume that comes back as a JSON object. So we will log, and we'll send data, and we'll break everything. Unexpected number in JSON at position 1. Oh, is this not? Why doesn't it like the... But I did get an exception from inside there, so that's good. Maybe they changed that, where you can get exceptions inside of a... Oh, really? This is what it's freaking out about? Timestamp? So is that not... Oh, maybe I'm already doing that in broadcast. Am I already stringifying? No. Perfect. That's true. It could just... You're right. If it will just send log to the WebSocket. Smart. Whenever it fails, it has to send... Yeah, as long as this part works, you're right. I could log with that. So... In fact, I think their demo did something like that. I think their demo did do something about like logging to a WebSocket client. What? I don't quite know how to proceed, so let's just make some stuff up. Another exception? Doesn't like that. That's kind of weird, right? Like, why? Maybe there's some reason I should not do that. Let's see the request object. I thought send a post request with JSON data. That's to send it though. I want to cache post requests. Wait, what's the cache API? Handle post request. Who calls that? So with the methods post, handle post request, we get the request, request.clone.text. So that is just getting the text of the post, which if we're just sending JSON and not actually Wait, how did we do this before? So we got request data. I understand, like, where is timestamp coming from? And why can't we just log this request data? Like, does it freak out even if we don't use it? Is it just the request.json itself is busted? I'm sure there's a better way to test this, but... Okay. Are we doing the thing now where maybe it updated, but maybe it didn't? Oops. Because I didn't publish it. I should just have another window with the tail open. Unexpected number at JSON position. Oops. I don't want to support you, I just want to validate you. Okay. What's up? Redacted. Oh. Unexpected number in JSON. Okay, but is it that just literally because I didn't send JSON? So if I switch to body, so if we get rid of this, I guess that is how I did it. Now that I think about it, I think that's what I did. Send this raw value, and it works. Okay. I didn't send them as URL, whatever that thing is. Like, the normal post encoded thing is not what I did. I just posted JSON as the body, which is fine. Which is fine. But it's weird that it throws an exception when doing that instead of saying like, is it just because it's empty? And so it freaks out because it's empty? So do we need to say something like, oh gosh, what is that? What is the JavaScript way of doing this? Isn't there a JavaScript null or empty? What language am I thinking of? That's C# I'm thinking of. Because does this mean I can't even do the thing? Like, okay, I think this is what I have to actually do. I think I have to do this. And then if or I could try, I guess. I don't like this very much, but let's just do it. Something like this. Isn't that pretty weird? I mean, I guess you can't parse nothing into JSON, which I would say you should get an empty object if you do that. Personally, that is what I would say. So we're just gonna say we're gonna try to do that. If you can't do that, then sorry. And if you can do that, we just do the thing. Although, why would I do this? Because I'm just sending it as text anyway. So why don't I just send the text? Is there a reason I don't do that? Like, I'll just literally send the text you send. Who says it has to be JSON? What do you think of that? What do you think of them apples? Because maybe you don't want to send JSON. Maybe you want to send XML. Maybe you want to send the letter J. And maybe you want to send binary data. Could you do that? I think you'd have to actually do like a put file or something. Right? There's like that whole other thing for that. You're, well, at least you're supposed to. Maybe there's ways around it. But like, body parser. I mean, I wonder, maybe you don't. Maybe you can just put whatever you want. Two things. Well, if you want to send two things, that's fine. You can send JSON and pack whatever data you want into it. You can send a binary blob. I think, actually, that's the thing I want to determine. If you can send binary, then this thing is like, thing's done. If I can just send arbitrary bytes. Like, actually, I want to know what's in that request object. Let's see. Because if I could just get the raw data that was in it and then just relay through whatever was in there, which presumably is not text. Resolves the text representation. Traditional resolves with an array buffer representation of the request body. I think we're going to start with text only. I'm kind of into this, though. Like sending the raw data, but like, I don't know, maybe that's a different endpoint or something, you know, like you... Yeah, the only thing is if you want to send, binary data. I guess you could like base 64 encode it or something. That'd be a pretty web thing to do. Like if I wanted to just truly wanted to send raw data, I could get the array buffer from it. But if I relay the array buffer, it's going to come out as raw data on the other end, I think. Yeah. Like, you know, if I wanted to say, I'm going to send 4 bytes. Or I want to send 3 bytes for XYZ coordinates, and I only want to send 3 bytes. Like, could I do this? I think I could. The thing is, I've definitely done that with WebSockets before. I want to say that I had to do, let's see. Like, do you have to do something different to send? It's this, right? The database. Well, no, wait, I thought it was. I thought there was a way to send, let's send a string. I feel like I've done this before. How did I do it? WebSocket server binary type. Looking at binary data here. Definitely done this before, but I mean with normal WebSockets, not with Cloudflare WebSockets. WebSocket send binary. Like, do we have to do anything fancy? Like, I wonder what that actually does on the... I mean, yeah, base64 is certainly easy enough. You don't even have to JSON it. You can just send base64 data, I guess. Why would that be true? That's a hexadecimal string. I don't like this one. There's a better one. As if you want to go 1 byte, you have to. So is this it padding? I think it has to pad it or something. That's a pretty weird resulting output. I had 4 32-bit numbers. Isn't that 16 bits? I'm thinking of this wrong. That's 4 bits. That's 8 bits. So that would be a single 32-bit number. That would be 3 32-bit numbers. Love this encoding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Where's the extra numbers come from? Anyway, that could work. That's easy enough if it's just as like a raw text thing to start with. I really feel like I've sent binary data, but maybe the Cloudflare WebSockets don't do that. It must include binary. Base64. I don't want that. I want to just send some bytes. You know, actually, now that I think about it, maybe the thing that I did is use the socket.io thing, and maybe under the hood, socket.io is actually just base64 encoding. But that doesn't sound right. I'm almost sure I've sent binary data with raw WebSockets. Is that just wrong? Is that not true? I mean, it definitely had some send bin. How do you do that? I mean, that's still, you know, base64 is fairly tightly packed, right? But it's not as good as base 255. Binary data type used by the connection. Can you do this? I wonder if the I wonder if the sending is kind of agnostic and it's just what you receive it as. I guess we can test it. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna try this thing. We're gonna just, yeah, I feel pretty confident that I've done this before. But let's try it. Can you not open things in another window? Okay, we connected, we got data, we sent data, received data. Hello. Hello. That actually work? Yes. Okay, so we can send whatever. And when we receive it, we receive whatever. It's always a string, but let's send some binary data. Select file. I don't want to select a file. I want my own. Gosh, do I still have any of that stuff? I just need some like synthetic binary file with Is there a hex editor in here? Let's see. Just to see, I just want to create like a really, you know, simple synthetic. Can I change my file size? Empty file, please. How can I add bytes? Okay, this is my very important synthetic data. Binary. This is the important synthetic data we will be receiving. And we will save this. And then we will try to send that data. I did get a valid API request, and on this end, wait, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be, hang on. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, you know, it sort of, a little bit, kind of worked. That's funny. Can I say that I want binary data here? It's a header. I guess I need to like pick some characters that are out of You know, some weird characters. Okay, so that's sending messages. So, okay, let's try better synthetic data. Let's try 0, 250 FF, 0F, F0. Let's just send those 4 bytes and see what happens. So save this to testben, go over here, send that file to valid, comes over here. Well, so if I could interpret this as binary data, show hex dump. Huh. Is it because there's quotes around it? Clear messages. Let's send that file again. Binary base 64 and then hexadecimal. Like, how do I say that I want to receive data? Not as text. What did I say? So I said 00FF, 0FF0. Invalid hexadecimal. Why? So that did show binary. So is there something about my send where there needs to be like a parameter to the send or something that does not bring it through as plain text? But I didn't see anything in the WebSocket or in the Cloudflare documentation about that. Like in their WebSocket object. And the WebSocket API, there's only send. And the only parameter is string. So maybe the Cloudflare WebSocket object can only be text, in which case we would just have to, whatever, base 64 encode or whatever. So that's okay. Not super excited about that, but I guess it's fine. Like if I did want to send this binary, it would be nice to just auto base 64 encode that or something. Okay, anyway, ignoring the binary stuff, which would be nice, but is definitely not required for the thing I'm trying to do today. I think this works. Like whatever arbitrary raw data I want to send, which is always textual data, but could easily be base 64, or it could be JSON, or basically be any textual representation of data, I guess, which is not as efficient, but There doesn't seem to be an immediate solution. And maybe under the hood, I feel like under the hood, actual WebSockets support binary. Like, I just feel like that's a thing. Because it doesn't, this binary type does not seem to be, unless I've missed it multiple times while looking at it. But there's really not much to this thing, right? Very little to it. Okay, short bathroom break. I will BRB. BRB. You're right. They're not cat pranks. I messed up. Do you think there's dog pranks also? Dog pranks. That didn't work. Reddit.com/ scroller.com/r/dog pranks. It's gonna be hardcore pornography. Videos. Dog prank sucks. This is the worst subreddit I've ever seen. Cat pranks for life. Look at these cats getting pranked. Can't believe this. I do want to bump this a little though. Just a touch. Look at that. Cats getting pranked. Look at that guy. Adorable. Oh, these cats and their pranks. Is this trap gonna work? It worked. Okay. Did we build the thing? Let's have a code review with me reviewing my own code. So the version number thing is not ideal actually, because you don't want to just arbitrarily send data. I mean, it's good to know that you're connected, right? Should that just send some JSON? No, we do send JSON. But we shouldn't assume it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe that's a bad idea. If it's JSON and you say you're always going to deal in JSON, fine, because then you just like throw away system messages. But if it's like JSON's not required, oh no. I'm gonna leave it for this moment. Okay, so anything we want to tidy up. So we only handle namespaces and we pass it to the namespace object. And once inside the namespace object, this is the fetch that gets called from above when we see that we do have a valid namespace. We do the insane WebSocket pair. And store the server session, we accept the server side, we send a message to the server side, we put together some event handlers for clearing out dead sessions, and then we give the client side of the WebSocket pair to the client. And then if there is an API request, first we make sure that it is a post, and we try this dumb thing to get the body, and we just send it. I'll put this here just so it makes slightly more sense. Yeah, maybe we'll do this. Just in case something else goes wrong when you try to do the broadcast. Although that'd be invalid body or broadcast, really. Do we care enough to do that? I'm just gonna leave this like this for now. Maybe we want a bit more validation. We get there, and then the broadcast is just dead simple, right? Okay. Where did we land? 102 lines of code. Okay, I changed my mind. I definitely want it to be. Obviously, this needs to be 100 lines of code. Exactly. It needs to be under 100. We want to lose 2 lines. So is there just some there's some super obvious place? Okay, 99. We got 90 line, 90 line? 99 lines? Okay, so here's the thing this doesn't do. Doesn't validate. You have to be connected to the right endpoint, and you have to give some kind of ID, but it doesn't validate anything. There's no like security or authorization. There's no validation of the content. It just takes that in and it passes it through. Very beautifully exploitable, I guess. You could also pollute other people's streams. There's nothing to make sure that if you do have even if you do have your own namespace and you're all good, somebody could easily eavesdrop on it. Of course, if they knew your namespace, they could easily send a lot of garbage if they felt like it. And so there's not a great way around that other than I guess, creating a JSON web token think about it. Like, how could you do it? If like the client is just a web client, it's not like you're going to hide any credentials or anything. So you'd have to, I mean, the Twitch way is you authenticate and then they give you an authentication token to use, I think. Like that's the first step process. So it adds another step. We could build a JavaScript client for this thing that would do that work for you, I guess, if you put in some... How do you do it, though? How do you do it and have it be secure? How do you do it? Is there any easy way to make this secure without it being a pain? Or at least where you can't like pollute somebody else's namespace. But I think the answer is kind of no. Without some kind of authentication step. Like basically when you connected, you'd have to have some means of saying who you are, you know. You can maybe use Authly or something, like some other authentication provider. For this, it doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of does actually. If they want to use this thing, like, kind of matters. So what would be the really easy way? What is the lowest hanging way to make sure that only valid clients are sending? How do you do that? Because if anybody can send, then anybody can send. Like, it's not... Like, is there some standard way to say, like, you can only send from a given... Yeah, that kind of doesn't make any sense. How could you even do that? Just to make sure that you are only sending from a, like, valid client, basically. If that client can't keep any secrets from you, how could you do it? And I don't know. I don't know. Like, how could you do that? Yeah. Yeah, user authentication. Tricky. I mean, I guess you could also just throttle it enough. You know, if any one person can only click once per second, then or even less, like once every few seconds, maybe cross-origin requests. That doesn't make sense for a WebSocket. Yeah, conceptually I think it's not possible. Yeah, it's a... Without authentication, it's real tricky. I have to think about that. I don't have a solution other than just kind of throttling. I mean, because obviously the thing is, as we have seen, as Jacqueline has shown us many times before, it's not that hard to exploit some kind of even simple drawing API to kind of draw whatever you want. And even if I do throttle it, the throttling would be from a specific host. So further connections, you know, if you've got a botnet kind of thing. Because we do have a cooldown here, and my cooldown is based on what? Where does ID come from? Yeah, we get that from the, yeah, I mean, that kind of works because then you can assign a cooldown, but you have to have a user ID. So, it's a tricky one. It is for sure a tricky one. Also, can you really not, like, break tabs out of Postman? That weird? Seems like a thing you should be able to do if you wanted to view two tabs side by side. You just can't do that. Whatever. Disconnect, connect. Whatever. Because if you really want to make this ridiculous, you also need to make it so that if you send, yeah, this would be for like a future potential version. Just like you also need to send, you need to make it so when you send to the WebSocket server, it also broadcasts. So like in the servers on message, which I don't think we have. But it'd be in here. We'd have some event listener for data come from the server. Okay, well, I think that's all I wanted to do today. I feel like this validates the idea. It's pretty easy. It's pretty scalable. It's just like astonishingly insecure and exploitable, like to a really remarkable, to a beautiful degree. To a very impressive, beautiful degree. Like, you know, one thing that happens with real heat is if requests look invalid, they are validated and thrown away. But that only works if you have an idea of what a valid request is, which in this case, since we're saying you can send whatever you want, there's no concept of a valid request. So, or a valid packet, you know, like he looks through to make sure that it looks like the thing that is coming in is well formed. Somewhere, probably. I think it does that, right? Yeah, it does stuff that's like, there's certain API methods that are supported. And the data in that gets validated. You have a cooldown that is checked, and only then is it broadcasted. So, you know, it's just tricky. It's a tricky one. I'll just think about that. I mean, obviously, you know, for a very specific event, I could use this as wait, Bash went to the groomer? Does Bash have a new hairstyle? I need to see Bash's new hairstyle before the stream is over. Last I saw, Bash was looking a little scruffy, I've got to say. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how great way to do this. Like, to gate this a little bit is really not super trivial. Okay, whatever. We gotta think about it. We gotta think about it. I'll expect some Bash. I need some Bash Groomer photos sent to the Discord ASAP. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Kyle and Binary and Ben. Thanks for stopping by. We have read only. Thanks for the follow. I somehow missed that. Did I not get the alert? What happened? Why wasn't I alerted to this? Alert. So there's alert? It works. Maybe the thing's broken. Probably everything's broken. We need to rewrite bot made this one of these days. Okay, bye friends. Said we were gonna stream and do a thing and then I forgot what it was. Oh, the MIDI. Yeah, we gotta write some like ridiculous. Do we try to write a MIDI player or do we just try to write like a MIDI parser and then just dump the MIDI into some silly binary format? I don't know the answer. Stay tuned to find out next week. Bye.